So today we are at the back side of the porch where there's something I need to take care of. You can see from the inside this is a screen frame. In fact, it's the last original screen left on this porch. And then it was blocked off on the outside with a piece of plywood. And like 40 years later, plywood is just shot. Plywood's really expensive, so we are going to replace with our old friend Masonite hardboard. Oh wow, look at that. It's actually fake wood paneling that was painted white. I never realized that. And now I finally get to see how my great-great-grandfather actually screened this porch in, and I'm a little disappointed because he just kind of slapped it on the outside and slapped some trim around it and didn't even bother to like cut it off. And that has not been open to the air in probably 40-50 years. Ancient staples, ancient nails. I gotta get all that crap out of here. Lucky for me, those nails are just little tiny tacks. How do you like this hook and eye? That's what holds all these frames in at the bottom. And this railing too, he just toenailed it in up there. It's just toenailed in. Same with the bottom. I never realized that. That man has been a legend to me because he built this house, but now I'm realizing that he's just another do-it-yourselfer. Actually, all you gotta do is look at this window. Just look at the window, if you need any more proof of that. Well, it's about an hour later, and I got it covered. It should have been one piece, except for this piece. I cut like an inch too short on accident, so I had to put this little piece at the top. So now it is officially a hack job, and my forefathers would be very proud of me. Alright, I caulked around the Masonite with Dynaflex Ultra around all the edges, and then I gave it its first coat of paint. And that is going to kick off what is probably going to be a month-long project to give the entire porch a paint job inside and out. So Bear Marquee is really good paint, covers in one coat. Usually goes for about 35 to 40 bucks a gallon. But this is what's called Oops Paint at Home Depot. That's another gallon of Oops Paint. Somebody had them mixed, they weren't exactly the right color, so I got them for 9 bucks a gallon. I thought it was gray, but it actually has like a violet tint to it. Doesn't matter because it's gonna get paired up with a blue. And I did spring for some just regular white. It's not the Taj Mahal. Better Homes and Gardens isn't coming to photograph the place. It's just a 120-year-old porch that needs to get brightened up. So quick follow-up here at the end of the week. Just wanted to show you that I did get the bathroom screen done and reinstalled. Looks better than it's looked in, you know, like 50 years. Got the masking tape off the blue sections that I painted earlier in the week. It's looking pretty good. Did some touch-ups to both the blue and the lavender. We're getting ready to do the white starting on Monday. Not easy to see in the dark, but I did finally do like new paint on the gable here and over on the side, and there's still masking tape on this little center section, but I'm trying to clean up the outside here. Alright, we are finally back out on the porch tonight. Last we had checked in on this project, they had just screened in the bathroom window. That was over a week ago, but then we had like a second, like 3 or 4 day heat wave. It was too hot to work out here. We also had storms, which brought down that tree in the backyard. Dealing with that took up a day. I also had my second COVID shot to worry about, and that took me out for a day. And losing a week is not great when there's this much work still left to do on this ridiculous painting project. But I am back out here tonight, and I'm hoping to get a lot of progress done this week. Tonight I get this damn ceiling done. Alright, I got the first 4 rafters. That means I'm halfway done with the ceiling. Got the back wall pretty good. So it is all gonna need a second coat. I'm sure of that. This stuff's not as good as the Bear Marquee. I've got this baby cranked on full blast tonight because it's pretty humid. Also, I'm painting over the junction boxes and the flex conduit, very much on purpose. I do want it to look like this electric may have dated back to the 60s. Call it Mandela engineering. I'm pretty sure my great-grandfather Mandela engineered this porch to make it look like his dad built it, so just keeping up with tradition. Even this color scheme kind of looks like 1994, so, and that was kind of by accident, but yeah, Mandela engineering. Electric was run in the 60s, it was repainted in 1994. That's the story. I started out with the gray on the wall here that I was talking about. It's hard to tell that it even is gray, but you know, once the white is untaped, then you should be able to tell. I went over as far as this area. I'm not going to move this other stuff because it'll make too much noise and my dad's sleeping, and it is Saturday night. I gotta go out to eat tomorrow and do some other stuff, but I got a little start on what the week ahead is going to be about. It won't take long to get this wall painted gray, and then it'll just be the railings and the floor. Alright, after well over a week, I'm finally back out on this porch to pick up where I left off on this wall here. You can see where the cabinet was, like they didn't paint around it the last time. I think this is from the 90s, but that shade of white was from a paint job that was done in the 80s. But when I moved the cabinet out, I was shocked to find this on the back, PN86. This cabinet used to be brown, it used to be in my bedroom, and I spray painted it blue in 1986. And PN is the initials for the band that I was in, Public Nuisance. That was the punk band that me and my brothers were in back in the 80s. Can't even count the number of times that we got yelled at by old men when we were doing our band practices in the garages and the basements back when I was 17. Why hell, I even stole this old ashtray from my community college because they had them in all the hallways in the classroom buildings back in the day. Like, you want to smoke, Mr. Man? Then you better get your ass out into the hallway and smoke. Alright, the back wall's done. I'll probably do a little more, but I'm going to end this TikTok here. Huge news today is I got rid of all the stupid floor tiles. Just look in yesterday's video or any other video that I've made on this porch. There's always these stupid floor tiles over here. I finally got rid of them today. There was carpet over on this half of the porch, but at least, you know, you could just take the carpet up. But the stupid floor tiles, I thought I was never going to get them up, but thankfully I was able to get them out of here today in about 90 minutes. Meanwhile, I did get the masking tape off that was blocking off the gray. Not sure what I think of this yet, but there will be blinds eventually hanging over this window. And I do think if I paint the floor like a dark charcoal gray, it will tie all the rest of this stuff together. Alright, later on a Friday night, here's where we're at. I spray painted that cabinet silver and got it back into its corner. I squared away this entire corner, painted the railing, got the floor. That is the charcoal gray we're going with. I know it looks really dirty and stuff, but I just painted it there to test it out, to get it underneath where the cabinet is. And standing upright, I fastened it at the top to the wall. At the bottom it's shimmed out with a 2x4. I guess you can't really see that under there, but that was a problem. This thing was always leaning and wobbling around. So got that taken care of. And I just got done taping for the painting of the banisters, the railings. And then these three, this bank of three here, has been painted with their first coat. They will need a second coat, but they've got the first coat. Okay, this is where we're at. I got one half of the floor painted. I love this shade of charcoal gray. I think it really does tie the rest of the colors together. It looks even better than I imagined it was going to look, but we are only halfway there. Everything had to be shoved over onto this half of the porch. Alrighty, that half of the floor is all prepped and ready to paint. I'm gonna have to paint my way out the door here, and that's why my shoes are right there. And yes, those shoes are filthy. And there we go. Didn't take too long. There's all my stuff. Also got the steps there too. Okay, now I gotta go around and get in the back door. Oh my God, that is so nice to see. The floor looks so horrible. And, well, take a good look because it's gonna get dirty pretty quick. This part is already getting dirty. And I've been walking around in my socks. Anyway, though, very nice to see. Okay, this is just a quick update on a Sunday night, but I did get out here today and I painted the fiberglass underneath the banisters blue, and I am amazed at how good that looks. And so if Amazon is to be believed, then the blinds will be coming tomorrow. And I've got enough blinds to do all 6 of these windows. That means you won't see the fiberglass up top. And a blind for that window. And a blind for this window. So, and the floor obviously is done. So we're getting to the point where finally, like, there's light at the end of the tunnel here. They were supposed to come yesterday, Monday the 13th. They did not arrive until today, Tuesday the 14th. 8 blinds total. But I also went out to a thrift store today and managed to snag 4 chairs, $12 a piece. 4 chairs pretty much identical to these on Amazon if you bought the new, $260. I got them for $12 a piece. This is the week it all comes together. And this came today too. If I don't do the touch-ups now, I'm never gonna do them. Come on. Okay, that's it for the touch-ups. Now all the paint cans can live down here in the bat cave with the pans and the caulk guns, brushes and rollers and stuff. This is our little bookcase for out on the porch, getting ready to be put together maybe tomorrow. And now it's time for the main event. Let's do this window first. Okay, looking good. All right, now this one. And hey, that fan can be taken down and set on the floor. Okay. There we go. That's closed. That's probably more like what it'd be normally, I guess. Alright, let's do these 3. Oh my God, that took way too long. But there we go. There's the first 3. Now we gotta do the other ones. Alright, there we go. I even got the little tie-offs. There's still a little detailing work to do here. Hanging some pictures and so forth. But this is pretty much what we've got. Stay tuned, I guess, for the last little detailing. We're back out on the porch tonight. My dad bought a pumpkin today. Last night I did fasten down the rocker. Normally that's not possible with a rocking chair, but this is a gliding rocker, and I love this thing. And it works perfectly, which you can't say for everything in this house. It's perfectly situated so that you can rock all the way back and not hit anything, and it'll never move. I wish I could say this was a family heirloom, but this is actually just something that my mom picked up from a thrift store in about 2000. No idea how old it is or who originally owned it, but I still love this chair. And the other thing I did today was I got the Wall of Fame together. These are scans from some of the oldest family photo albums that I colorized myself. I've been working on that on the side while I've been working on all the rest of this. This is Daniel Donovan. He's my great-great-grandfather. He's the guy who built the house. This is his son, John Henry. He probably helped him build every part of this house because he was 18 when the house was built. He went on to own the house after his dad, and he did have 4 other brothers and sisters. This is Celia. She was John Henry's wife. This is actually her high school graduation photo. She was my father's grandmother. That is my grandmother. She's the daughter of John Henry and Celia, and that's her husband Patrick, who I'm named after, and that is my father's parents. It's basically all the people who have owned the house since the day it was built. I'd love to have a picture of Daniel's wife, but we just don't have a picture. But he was married, and she was a woman who owned the house after he died, but we just don't have a picture. Alright, so Wall of Fame, thrifted a couple tables, bolted down the rocker, and my dad got a pumpkin for the bookcase. that's it for today. There's Grandpa with his first great-granddaughter. You're a great-grandpa now. And there's Emberly, my great-niece, right? Is that how you say it?
Tell us what happened, and tell Uncle Pat what happened.
Really?
Wow.
Wow. Oh.
She's never done that before.
It's dry. It's weird. I'm actually kind of